Hello students. So we are back now again with first chapter, important chapter for class 12th about time travel, the third level. We have already done major portion of the chapter. Now we have come for the last portion. Okay, last video on this chapter, page number 5. We will be starting with the first line. So we have already read that Charlie was, according to him, on the third level where he saw so many different things, and that's why he was very much sure that this could not be first level or second level, rather this is some place, some other place. And that's why he concluded that because he was at the Grand Central Station, but if this is not first and second level, it means this is third level. And that's why now suddenly when he noticed that maybe this is some other time, not 1950s time and very old time, then from the newspaper only he got to realize that the time is, because the newspaper showed 11 June 1894. So now only he got to know that he has come back to the olden time. And from here he knew that yes, the train would go to Galesburg, this town which maybe he always wanted to see, he always wanted to visit, because from his grandfather he had heard a lot about this town. So now suddenly he realized that much he would be having now, right now in his pocket. So why not to purchase 2 tickets for Galesburg? So for that purpose only now he goes to the ticket window. So page 5 we start now with the first line. The clerk figured the fare. He asked for 2 tickets, okay, for Galesburg. So the clerk counted the fare, figured the fare, and he glanced at my fancy hat band. But he figured the fare. So he said when he was standing over there, though the clerk was maybe calculating the money, but even then he was maybe again and again looking at Charlie, especially maybe Charlie's hat. And I had enough for 2 coach tickets one way. And when he counted the money, means whatever money he had in his pocket, he had the idea. So he thought that at least for one way he can purchase the ticket. He can go to Galesburg, and then maybe from there again he will purchase the ticket. Okay, but when I counted out the money and looked up, the clerk was staring at me. And now maybe the clerk told, okay, this much money. And now Charlie took out maybe his wallet and he started counting the money so that he could give it to clerk. He saw that clerk was staring at Charlie. Okay, he nodded at the bills. That aren't money, mister. And then when Charlie was maybe about to give money to the maybe ticket window, this clerk, he said, no, what are you giving? This is not money. I'm asking for money. This is not money, he said. And if you are trying to skin me, you won't get far away. And moreover, the clerk said, what are you doing? You are trying to befool me? You are giving me something else. This is not money. What do you think? You can befool me? No. And he glanced at the cash drawer beside him. And now only Charlie looked at that cash drawer. Maybe even clerk was looking at that notes. Okay, even Charlie now looked at that and he realized, my God, that money is different. And the money which Charlie was having now, right now in his hand, it is different, because Charlie is a man of 1950s. Okay, and that man was belonging to the time 1894. So it means at that time actually the currency was different. Okay, right now currency is different, and that's why this man, he could not take this currency as currency. That's why he said, you are trying to befool me, you are giving me something else. And now only, of course, he realized that the money was old style bills, half again as big as the money we use nowadays. And Charlie noticed one more thing. When he looked into the drawer, he saw that yes, at that time, in those days, the money was bigger in size. Now the notes are very small in size, but that time money was bigger in size. And now the money is half again as big. Okay, and different looking. I turned away and got out fast. There was nothing nice about jail, even in 1894. And he said, immediately, I just ran away from there. Okay, because I never wanted to be caught and put in jail, though this is a good period of 1894, but even then. And at this point, actually, this experience came to an end. Okay, and now after that, he was back on maybe second level, and he was back to his home, took the train also. And that was that. I left the same way I came, I suppose. Next day, during lunch hour, I drew $300 out of the bank nearly all we had and bought old style currency that really worried my psychiatrist friend. You can buy old money at almost any coin dealers, but you have to pay a premium. He said, because still I remember the third level. That's why he said next day when I went to my office, I went to my bank also. I took out my money which was deposited in a bank which I had in as saving. So what he did, he went to a shop, currency dealer, and he purchased old currency for that $300. Though $300 doesn't mean that he got $300 only in return of old currency. Naturally, when you purchase old currency, it will come in less. Okay, as far as value is concerned, maybe for 300 he got 200 only, but it was old currency. Okay, so antique, we can say currency, that's why it was costly. But he said, I had no problem. My $300 bought less than 200 in old style bills, but I didn't care. Eggs were 13 cents a dozen in 1894. Underline many times, you people do not understand this line, why it is given. Actually here for 300 he got even less than 200. Okay, but it was old currency and he was not worried. He did not worry that why this much money, he is now naturally losing that much money, because he thought if he goes back to that 1894 time, at that time everything was cheaper. Okay, is given one example only, eggs. So naturally everything including eggs, including food items, other things were also very cheaper, okay, as compared to 1950s time. So maybe that way even less than $200 would be more than enough if he goes back to that time. But I have never again found the corridor that leads to a third level at Grand Central Station, although I have tried often enough. Lusa was pretty worried when I told her all this and didn't want me to look for the third level anymore. And after a while I stopped. I went back to my stamps. He said then after some time even I stopped searching for the third level, because even I was also convinced that maybe that was my fantasy only, imagination only, it's nothing like that. So I started now spending time with my hobby of stamp collection. But now we were both looking every weekend, because now we have proved that third level is still there. But after a few days they again started looking for the third level. Why? Because actually in the stamp collections, okay, in the first day envelopes he got one letter, and this letter actually gave him this idea or gave him this confirmation that third level is there. And that's why now along with wife, now they both started searching for that. Now what had happened, my friend Sam Weiner disappeared. Nobody knew where, but I sort of suspected because Sam is a city boy and I used to tell him about Galesburg. I went to school there and he always said he liked the sound of the place, and that's where he is all right in 1894. He said actually after few days, my friend, psychiatrist friend Sam, actually he was nowhere to be found. He disappeared and everybody was searching that where this person has gone. But he said I had some suspicion. I was always, why not, I don't know why, but I was always thinking that he might have gone to Galesburg. Why? Because he was a city boy, and whenever Charlie had told about Galesburg and the beauty of the town which he had heard from his own grandfather, this Sam had always shown interest in this kind of place, and he always had wished to be there, okay, to see that kind of place. And that's why he was always thinking that is it that Sam might have gone over there to Galesburg. Because one night, fussing with my stamp collection, I found, well, do you know what a first cover is? So actually one day in the first covers he found one letter, okay, by Sam. Now here we get this answer of first day cover. Simply when first of all I tell you what is first day cover. First day cover is actually whenever some new stamp is released, okay, and we want to purchase that stamp on the very first day. Okay, we can go and we can purchase it from the post office. But what is the proof that we have purchased it from the purchased it on very first day? Naturally, stamp will remain the same even if we are purchasing it after 10 years. It will remain the same because it will always be having that date when it is released. Okay, suppose this is released on we can say January 1, 1970. Even today, if we go and purchase that, it will be showing 1970. Maybe something has happened on that day. So that's why if something had happened, naturally stamp that date is important. So every stamp will be having that day. and even I can also say yes, this I purchased on that particular day. So what is the proof then? So what people used to do, those who are having this hobby, so they would be purchasing that stamp on the very first day, and then they would be putting the stamp on the envelope, write down their own address on the envelope, and they will post this envelope. What will happen? From the post box, okay, this the postman will be taking out all the we can say letters, and he will be taking it to the post office, and in the post office that day stamp will be put. Okay, means stamping will be is done. Okay, so date wise stamping is done, and that day stamp will be put, and then only the letter would be delivered to us, because postman doesn't know that there is nothing in the envelope. This is we have just written our address and we have posted it to ourselves, but he will be delivering the letter to us, and this letter would be having first that particular date stamp, okay, on that stamp which is pasted on the envelope. So from that stamp only, date stamp only, it would be a proof that yes, it is on that particular day it was purchased. So this is first day cover. Now when he was searching one day, okay, in the first day covers he found actually one letter. But before that, this answer is given. What is first day cover? When a new stamp is issued, stamp collectors buy some and use them to mail envelopes to themselves on the very first day of sale, and the postmark proves the date. Actually postmark is there, it is the date postmark, and that will only prove that yes, this particular date I had purchased. That way the envelope is called a first day cover, because this stamp is purchased on the very first day. That's why postmark would also be telling the date. So this will be called first day cover. They are never opened, you just put blank paper in the envelope. So why they are never opened? Because you know that you have posted it to yourself, okay, there is nothing to read, and that's why most of the time these remain unopened. So now one day Charlie actually found one letter in the stack of those first day covers. That night, among my oldest first day covers, I found one that shouldn't have been there, but there it was. It was there because someone had mailed it to my grandfather at his home in Galesburg. That's what the address on the envelope said, and it had been there since July 18, 1894. The postmark showed that. Yet I didn't remember it at all. The stamp was a 6-cent dull brown with a picture of President Garfield. Naturally, when the envelope came to Granddad in the mail, it went right into his collection and stayed there till I took it out and opened it. The paper inside wasn't blank. It read. Now you have to see the date. Okay, which date this letter had come to Granddad? July 18. And according to Charlie, his experience showed that at that date was July 11. So maybe after July 11, when he had talked about his experience to Sam, so Sam also tried to search for the third level, and ultimately he was successful in searching for the third level, and that's why he went over there to Galesburg, and from there only on 18 he wrote the letter. This way we can say. Okay, now what is written in the letter? Okay, Charlie, I got to wishing that you were right, then I got to believing you were right, and Charlie, it's true. I found the third level. I have been here 2 weeks, and right now, down the street at the Dallies, someone is playing a piano, and they are all out on the front porch singing Seeing Nellie Home. This is the name of the song. And I am invited over for lemonade. Come on back, Charlie and Luza. Keep looking till you find the third level. It's worth it, believe me. So this letter shows that Sam was there in Galesburg. Okay, he had found that third level. So this letter showed that Sam had already reached over there in Galesburg, and he had written that letter from there only. The note is signed Sam. At the stamp and coin store I go to, I found out that Sam bought $800 worth of old style currency that ought to set him up in a nice little hay, feed and grain business. Actually, he said after this letter only, Charlie went to inquire, okay, at the currency dealer shop, and then from there only he got to know that actually Sam also had purchased old currency, okay, worth $800. And it means he was now, it means having enough money to start a business of hay and grain over there in Galesburg, because though he is a psychiatrist, but this time is 1950s, but in 1894 there was no field known as psychology at that time. So naturally, Charlie cannot do his practice as a psychiatrist over there. That's why he would have started, okay, this business of Grey and Hay, because Charlie knew that Sam was always attracted towards the simple life. Okay, so he was sure that he would have started this kind of business only. He always said that's what he really wished he could do, and he certainly can't go back to his old business. Okay, this old business means practice as psychiatrist. Not in Galesburg, Illinois, in 1894. His old business. Why? Sam was my psychiatrist. He says, yes, old business means he was actually my psychiatrist, but I knew that in Galesburg this is not possible, because if he has gone back to that time, and at that time there was no psychology, there was nothing, okay, like psychology at that time. So it means he might have started this simple business. Okay, so this is over with this chapter. And now if you have some queries and questions, okay, write down in the comment section, so you can put your questions and I will be there to answer all your questions. Thank you. Have a happy reading of this chapter. Thank you.